Hi, I'm Maureen from spelloutloud.com, and today I'd like to share with you everything you need to know about choosing homeschool curriculum. If you are thinking about homeschooling, or maybe you're a new homeschooler, you know that choosing curriculum can be a daunting task. When I first started homeschooling about a decade ago, there weren't as many options that are available now. It can be overwhelming. Well, today I'm going to share some tips to help you navigate those the overwhelming curriculum chaos, and hopefully lead you to the right neck of the woods that might work for you and your family. When I first started homeschooling, my husband and I decided, what were our main goals for our homeschool. And for us, it was for our children to walk with the Lord, for them to have good character and stewardship, and for them to have a love for learning. And not only love for that, they would know how to learn. They take ownership of it. I know one of the fears that we have as homeschool parents is, what if I leave my child with educational gaps? Well, over the years, I've found that educational gaps exist everywhere. They exist in homeschools, they exist in public schools, they exist in private schools. There's no way for there to not be gaps. There are educational gaps. Here's a quote, a definition of education that I really like, and it's from Susan Raber. She says that education is about acquiring skills, not just knowledge. Reading, thinking about, and discussing a variety of topics is more important to a quality education than rote memorization of thousands of facts without the ability to explain or apply them. And that's why it's important to, teach your children how to learn and have a love for learning, because learning is a lifelong activity. So, what role does curriculum play? Curriculum is a tool. It is one of the many tools that you will use on your homeschool journey. Just like any other tool, a tool won't work unless you use it. You control the tool and not the tool controlling you. And so what do I mean by that? I know many of us think that we can't change anything. Guess what? If the curriculum that you've chosen, if there's something like a lesson that's just not working, feel free to modify it. Don't be a slave to those check boxes. Make them work for your family. And if you find over a period of time that, that curriculum is just not cutting it, it's just not working, put it away. Put it aside and use something else. Don't just drudge through because you have it. Put it aside, because that just quelches the love for learning. When you can't, if you can't stand teaching it, your children can't stand using it. That just makes homeschooling not fun for all of you. So just feel free to, pick up another tool. Okay, so that's easy for me to say, and I do realize that, curriculum isn't always cheap. It can feel like you're throwing money down the drain if you don't know what you're doing. So I have 5 questions that you can ask to help you navigate these curriculum waters. Okay, the first, what is my educational philosophy? When I first started homeschooling, I had no clue that there were educational philosophies. I had no clue. But after just reading and researching, I did find where I fit, where I really thought we should go as a homeschool. And I first fell in love with Charlotte Mason homeschooling. I now would consider our family more eclectic. For a great explanation, there's 2 websites that have really good explanations on various educational philosophies. One is homeschoolcreations.net. And if you go on her sidebar, she has a whole series called Homeschool Basics, and she explains them all. Another series is by Only Passionate Curiosity, and she also has a Homeschool 101 series that kind of goes over all this. And that will give you just a good idea of what an educational philosophy even is. So your first question that you want to answer is, what is my educational philosophy? The second question you want to consider is, what ways do my children learn best? Are they visual? Are they auditory? Are they kinesthetic? Consider their ages as well. Do you need to have short lessons in increments, or are they able to sit and do seat work longer? Or do they need to have something that keeps them up and down, up and down? You know what? You need to know how your child best learns. The third question that you need to consider is, what do I, as the teacher, need to help me homeschool effectively? For example, do you need a scripted teacher's guide that tells you exactly what to say and when to say it? Do you need a complete boxed curriculum that has everything you need, every subject that you'll be covering, all in one so that you just pull it out? Or do you need just a general guide that you can pick and choose and just be flexible? You have certain needs that you need to consider when choosing curriculum. Like me, several of my subjects, I need to cross ages. I need them to work for many ages because I have 7 children. If I can clump them together for certain subjects, it just makes it so I am a better steward of my time and that we get things done. So, those are things that you have to consider. That what helps you, what's going to help you to get this job done? The fourth thing you want to consider is, why are we homeschooling anyway? Why are we homeschooling? Think about your vision. Think about a mission statement. What are your goals for this year? What would a successful year look like to me? Write that down. And the fifth thing to consider is your budget. That is a big one. You need to know what your limitations are, what you have to work with. So sit down and just plan out what would be a realistic budget for this homeschool year. Once you've thought about these questions, and I really encourage you to write them down, take inventory of what you already have. You'll be surprised at what you can use around the home to teach subjects. Talk with veteran homeschoolers and ask to flip through their curriculum. See what's available at your local library and see if there's other community resources that you can utilize. If you're considering using a comprehensive, expensive curriculum, see if you can purchase maybe a semester first and try it out. Make sure it works for your family before making the full investment. If, you'll find that as I've been homeschooling for 14 years, and there's been different seasons in my life where we've had to just switch educational philosophies for that season, or for certain children, there's just different curriculums that we've had to switch and flip-flop. So don't worry about that. That's kind of it happens. Certain children just need different things. There's going to be certain times in your life where the curriculum you're using is just not working for your time schedule now, or whatever. So you got to be flexible. And I ask these questions almost every year. Is this what's going to be working for my family? Is this curriculum working for my family? And I go from there. So my main tip for picking a curriculum, ask God. I pray often, multiple times, not just at the beginning of the school year, all throughout the school year, sometimes daily. I'm like, God, order our homeschool. Help us learn what you need us to learn this year. Provide the right learning experiences, provide the right materials, provide the right mentors that we need to make this year successful. So I hope that this helps. I'll leave the links for the websites that I talked about in the description below, and let me know what you think. You can also check out my archives at spelloutloud.com for many preschool related activities that are for free. I hope to see you around.